Good evening, all of you. I hope all of you can hear me. You can make a thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Good evening, esteemed guest. On behalf of DATHATHREYA, I welcome all to our webinar for special children. We extend a special welcome to our special guest and the parents of our special children. Thank you for gracing us with your presence today and your unwavering support for DATHATHREYA. I extend a heartfelt welcome to our distinguished attendees and speakers. First, my regards go to our chairman and visionary, Vaidyaratnam Dr. Raghavan Ramankutti sir, who has been our guiding light in the realm of foundational Ayurveda. Pranam sir. Next, allow me to introduce our speakers. Dr. Prabodh Raghavan, son of Dr. Raghavan and an Ayurveda doctor. Dr. Prabodh has dedicated over 20 years to the national health system of medicine in the UK, and he focuses on mental health. He leads the treatment for special children at our Europe Center. His extensive experience and insights in this field make his contributions invaluable to our discussions today. Welcome, Dr. Prabodh. Our next speaker is Mrs. Priyanka Abhilash. Mrs. Priyanka serves as the head of the rehabilitation department at DATHATHREYA. She has a background in physiotherapy and sensory integration therapy and 14 years of experience in pediatrics. Welcome, Priyanka. The next speaker is Tasni, a vibrant member of our team. Tasni serves as a physiotherapist in our organization. Welcome, Tasni. Lastly, I want to introduce myself. I am Sharda Raghavan, wife of Dr. Raghavan. Just a brief of my background. I'm one of the directors and co-founder of DATHATHREYA. I'm a Commonwealth scholar with postgraduate degree in public health. I am your host for this session and the main presenter. I'm deeply humbled to be present before you as we embark on a journey to explore the profound impact of DATHATHREYA Ayurvedic therapies on the lives of our special children. Together with other speakers, we hope to share our experience, diverse perspectives and insights with a promise to enrich the lives of our special children. Before we start the webinar and speak further, I request our chairman, sir, Dr. Raghavan Ramankutti, sir, to say a few words.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I am so happy today.
I'm sorry, there seems to be some technical issue. Okay, thank you.
And it's okay? Ma'am, it's okay?
Dr. Raghavan was audible. We were able to hear him very clearly.
I am so happy. So we got a subject which is so fantastic, and I feel very elated. And what is the remedy for this poverty in the world? This was asked to Bernard Shaw. Shoot them. It's almost same. The treatment is so vague and so harmful. The treatment left is very, very limited. So we have to redefine the very definition itself. Then we can change the whole universe. That much potentiality is there. So modern system of medicine, modern researchers, everything can contribute and they can follow suit Ayurveda. That much wonderful is this. So in this webinar, we'll be discussing so many useful things for life of children and their future. So the researchers, the modern system will have lot to do. We embrace those findings also. So what? So we will be participating in that. By the grace of God, everybody will be enlightened. Everybody will be happy, benefiting out of that. So as an introduction, I will conclude to start Sarada to continue the procedure, webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Raghavan, sir. Let us proceed. I want to speak a little bit about us as an introduction, just a few minutes. DATHATHREYA's Department for Specially Abled. This department is dedicated to providing holistic, integrated and comprehensive care for special children facing challenges such as cerebral palsy, autistic spectrum disorder, sensory processing disorder, ADHD, learning disorders and other rare conditions. Our leader, our visionary is Vaidyaratnam Dr. Raghavan Ramankutti sir, who has devoted over 14 years to mastering the sacred teachings of Ayurveda from his guru Swami Dhananjaya Dattatreya Dev from other Dattatreya Parampara at the base of Himalayas. After studying Ayurveda, he studied MBBS at Government Kotte Medical College. He has over more than 6 decades of medical experience in handling chronic and critical diseases without established cure elsewhere. In our department for the specially abled, we provide integrated holistic treatment. Our Ayurvedic roots, as I mentioned, are from the Dattatreya heritage, which has preserved for 3,500 years the Ayurvedic wisdom of the 14th century BC. We blend this traditional classical Ayurveda with contemporary interventional therapies. I want to bring your attention to our main strength. Our strength lies in the seamlessly merging of ancient knowledge system with modern interventions, creating a holistic fusion that addresses the diverse and the evolving needs of our special children. In Dattatreya, under a single roof, every child gets the opportunity to access services not only of the unique and rare Ayurvedic treatment that Dr. Raghavan sir provides, but also from his team. We offer occupational therapy, general physiotherapy, speech therapy, vocational training, special education, behavioral therapy, sensory integration therapy too. This is some photos about our team. We have palliative home care also and few pictures of our institution. So with this, I move on to the actual presentation. Just one second. Now let us begin our webinar. Transforming Lives of Special Children, DATHATHREYA Success Stories. What can you expect from this webinar? Throughout our time together, we will share stories. Stories of resilience, stories of progress, and stories of hope. We will walk you through the journeys of children whose lives have been touched by the compassionate care and wisdom imparted by Vaidyaratnam Dr. Raghavan Ramankutti and his dedicated team of professionals. In this presentation, we aim to delve into crucial questions that challenge conventional beliefs. Is it possible to heal special children's cognitive, behavioral, physical, growth and developmental aspects with Ayurveda? Can we support special children in integrating into regular schools by enhancing their social interactions, expressions of interest, real-world connections, making them more productive, and create many avenues of independent living? And most important, will we succeed today by shifting your perspectives on the treatment and prognosis of special children? I want to tell you one thing. This presentation is not about some grand claims. It is not about cure or sensational breakthroughs that DATHATHREYA has done. It is a very humble exploration of everyday victories, the incremental steps towards betterment, and the enduring dedication of the persons involved in the care of special children. Be it the physicians, the therapists, and most importantly, stories of families will come out. Our stories today will shed light on realistic transformations and the transformative potential of DATHATHREYA Ayurveda in reshaping the lives of these extraordinary children. So let's proceed with gratitude, openness, and a collective commitment to expanding our understanding on healing children with disabilities. This presentation is divided into 5 sections. There will be an introduction where we set the stage of the discussion. We'll show you real case studies illustrating positive results, treating modality, explaining our approach in detail, expectations and limitations, clarifying what to anticipate from our treatment, and parental testimonials. Some insights and comments we have received from dedicated parents. Actually, we have got a lot of case studies to present, and obviously we will not have so much of time or I will not be able to get your attention on showing all the presentations. So we'll do our best to show you the ones which are mostly visual so that you'll be able to relate more to that. Introduction. In this segment, we will touch upon prevalent pediatric disorders that we'll be addressing and its prevalence rates, underlying causes, and the inherent challenges they present. We will discuss several pediatric disorders, each presenting unique challenges. See, for example, cerebral palsy, the most common motor disability in children. Some CP children can also have some intellectual disability. Next is autistic spectrum disorder, a very broad-ranging condition impacting social, behavioral, and sensory function of children. Sensory processing disorder. It involves difficulty in processing sensory information. It often coexists with conditions like autism, ADHD, and OCD. Then comes intellectual disability. Cases characterized by below average intellectual functioning. We'll examine case studies showcasing children with intellectual disability. Expanding our discussion to encompass more pediatric conditions like Down syndrome. Down syndrome is nothing but a genes are changed which affects the muscle function. It is a prevalent condition among children. We also have macrocephaly and microcephaly. Dr. Raghavan sir has handled some severe macrocephaly and microcephaly cases where it's characterized basically by the variations in the head circumference. And in some cases, it correlates with physical and intellectual disabilities. We will also touch on certain medical syndromes, some rare pediatric conditions like Japanese encephalitis, epilepsies, which are causing a lot of deaths among children. We'll also touch on some cases of pediatric road traffic accidents, which our rehabilitation team had addressed successfully. So these are the kind of cases that you'll be seeing in this presentation. You might ask, why so many different conditions have we taken? Many of the symptoms of these conditions are relatable, are common, be it autism, ADHD, characteristics of social behavior, social and behavioral disabilities are relatable to people. So when you go through the presentation, you will be able to relate to many of these conditions for your children also. All these disorders fall within the realm of neurodevelopmental conditions, impacting children's neurological development. According to WHO statistics, autism affects approximately 1 in 100 children globally. Microcephaly is estimated to affect around 1 in 1,000 children worldwide. Rare syndromes are there, like Kabuki syndrome, Rett syndrome. Rett syndrome is nothing but very advanced stages of autism where the chances of survival also becomes very less. In Australia, for instance, autism affects 1 in 50 children, with over more than 60% facing challenges in employability due to their condition impacting on their life. These kind of conditions have become a very important public health challenge now. Thanks to modern medicine, the deaths among children have really reduced, and we're able to provide better care for the symptoms of these children also. But we are not able to streamline them into normal life, make them productive. Those areas still a vacuum exists, especially in severe conditions. What causes these disorders? Conditions like CP, ASD, SPD, intellectual disorders fall under the umbrella diagnosis of brain damage. However, the specific areas affected within the brain vary for each condition. Underlying factors contributing to these disorders include issues in neurodevelopmental pathways during early brain development, dysfunction within the immune system, malfunctioning of metabolic and biochemical processes, chronic inflammatory processes impacting brain function. So when we do treatment for these children, we are supposed to provide a complete holistic treatment, which is able to address many of these underlying factors, if not all. So each condition that we are discussing in this presentation has distinct neurological manifestations and the areas of the brain affected, highlighting the diverse origins and complexities of these neurodevelopmental disorder. It is true that pediatric disabilities have started to increase. The primary approach, that is, in conventional medicines, effective treatment are not available, especially in severe cases. The primary approach revolves around symptom management and fostering independence through rehabilitation therapies and behavioral interventions. Particularly in severe cases, early intervention approaches may not yield significant improvements. This underscores the complexities and limitations in addressing the needs of individuals affected by these conditions. Now, from this segment onwards, we have now categorized each segment for each type of disorder. In this first segment, we will explore about cerebral palsy, its symptoms, its current treatments, treatment outcomes, and share specific case results from DATHATHREYA patient care for CP children. Okay? To deepen our understanding of cerebral palsy, I have gathered awareness videos from YouTube. These aren't our patients, but they offer a valuable overview to better understand the challenges amid CP persons and to appreciate the outcomes of our treatment. Let's observe the first video, focusing on a person with spastic CP. This is very important for you to understand because more than 35% of children with cerebral palsy have spastic CP. You can notice the stiffness in her legs as she walks. They may stiffen, appear crossed, or move in a scissor-like pattern. Particularly during the learning phase of walking, you will notice awkward leg movements with knees pulled together, bent, and the feet also will be turned inwards. In the second video, observe the child's inability to walk independently. The child will be frequently falling and it will have difficulty in using one side of the body. Note the poor posture caused by the muscle spasm and weak muscle tone. It's common for many such CP patients to rely on walking aids to be confined to a wheelchair. In the third video, focus on these aspects. Notice the upper arm spasm. She has difficulty in speaking, poor speech clarity, or challenges in controlling pitch. In the last video, pay attention to the following aspects. There is lack of neck control, There is slow progression in many CP children. We have slow progression achieving developmental milestones like rolling or sitting, crawling, walking. In many cases, we also observe delay in speech development also. The process of receiving a cerebral palsy diagnosis often begins with parents sensing that something is different about the child. However, the diagnosis itself can profoundly impact parents, leading to feelings of sadness as a reality sets in that the child needs will be lifelong, complex, and far different from what they initially imagined. Cerebral palsy diagnosis is a genuine medical tragedy for many families because effective treatment is not available. Indeed, the existing treatment spectrum for CP is diverse. It includes physiotherapy, multiple surgeries, addressing gastrointestinal, hearing correction, orthopedic concerns. Additionally, various medications such as anticonvulsants, antidepressants are given to these children. Specialized language therapy along with the use of medical devices and breathing aids, vision-related tools, it forms an integral part of the child's life. Occupational therapy also contributes significantly to managing of CP. Physiotherapy and orthotic aids play a crucial role in strengthening the muscles and cores, fostering independence and enabling individuals with CP to navigate daily life. However, it's essential to recognize that cerebral palsy is a lifelong medical condition. While some symptoms may diminish with therapy, they can also fluctuate or persist over time. CP remains a permanent aspect of a person's life. Creating inclusive environments is vital for the holistic development and well-being of individuals with cerebral palsy. So we will take in questions in the last, if it is okay for everybody. One of the ma'am has raised her hand. We'll take the questions in the last, ma'am. So given this background about CP, now we will go into showing you some of our case studies. So you will be able to better appreciate what Ayurveda has provided for them. Okay. Our first case study is about a very young, beautiful young lady. She had a very remarkable journey. She was one of our earlier patients at our Europe Center. This 16-year-old girl presented with generalized spasticity in both lower limbs due to she had hypoxia at birth. Her initial symptoms included difficulty walking. She cannot walk at all. She cannot get up by herself. She had extreme abdominal spasm and diplegia while sleeping. What happens is that her knees and thighs contract and 2 persons are needed to release the contractions. Around 35% or more of cerebral palsy children have diplegia or extreme spasm of the lower limbs, which severely affects their mobility. This girl also had speech clarity issues. However, over 3 years of treatment, remarkable improvements were witnessed. The first improvement she told was that the efferent impulses have improved significantly. What it means? The patient herself stated that her legs felt normal when standing with closed. When she closes her eyes and when she stood up, she felt that her legs feel normal. Slowly, she started experiencing sensation of her legs becoming lighter, and she gained independence in standing up, and she managed to stand up on her feet without assistance. Her bedtime diplegia and thigh muscle contractions completely disappeared, and she could turn in her bed, and her abdominal spasms also ceased. She was given Ayurvedic treatments by Dr. Raghavan sir himself. This is the first, this picture you see on the left. This was clicked during her 16th birthday. She sent this picture with so much happiness to us by saying that on her 16th birthday, she could give a gift to herself because she stood up for the first time without any problem. Around 19 years, she started walking with the aid of a stick. This is in front of our center. And when she was 20 years old, she started independently standing. This was a very important milestone for her life. Now she goes to college, she's more independent, and she continues treatment. The next case study revolves around a child with cerebral palsy. This child had CP because of hypoxia. Initially upon arrival, the child exhibited significant challenges. The child had no head control, irritable, weak shoulders and back muscles, lack of trunk and abdominal balance, inability to transition from lying to sitting position. He could not perform abdominal crunches or adopt any prone or side lying position at all. Additionally, the child was unable to walk. Now let's watch a video where our Priyanka discusses about this child's improvement.
Every journey holds a unique tale. Today, witness the extraordinary path of a young boy diagnosed with spastic CP. At merely 2 years old, this child embarked on a journey devoid of crucial developmental milestones. Head control, eye contact, crawling, side turning, kneeling, and grasping were distant aspirations. Social interaction and speech skills remained elusive. Under the diagnostic expertise of our chief physician, Vaidyaratnam Dr. Raghavan Ramankutti, a glimmer of hope emerged. Ayurvedic therapies were interwoven with early interventions like physiotherapy and speech therapy. This comprehensive health approach wrought remarkable changes. The videos unveil a narrative of newfound strength, grasping objects, side lying to sitting up, and the emergence of vocalization and smiles. Within a mere 7 to 8 months, standing with support graced his reality. In severe cases of cerebral palsy, sole reliance on early intervention therapies might not suffice. However, when synergistically supported by the pivotal role of DATHATHREYA Ayurvedic techniques, the impact of early intervention reaches new dimensions. The unwavering patience, support, and relentless dedication of the child's parents were the bedrock of these achievements. We dedicate this video to every parent navigating a similar path. Each tiny positive change embodies resilience. Let this narrative kindle hope, illuminating a spectrum of possibilities.
Thank you, Priyanka. Our following case study focuses on a young man with cerebral palsy, intellectual disability, and spastic paraparesis, with issues originating at birth. Treatment at DATHATHREYA commenced when he turned 22 years of age. Initially, he struggled with poor activities of daily living, delayed skill development. Throughout his earlier years, there was no improvement in his IQ level at all, leading to permanent mental disability. That was the categorization given to him. He faced challenges in running, sitting on an Indian-style toilet, and exhibited gait issues. We have displayed to you two images. The first image showcases a hospital certificate from 2016 indicating an IQ level of 68 and confirming a permanent disability status without requiring any reassessment. This was written by the doctor. He started our treatment in 2019. By 2021, a reassessment displayed an improved IQ of 74, elevating him beyond the intellectual disability category. His overall disability level decreased from 83 to 61. You can see all these things in this picture. Now, currently, this boy is actually pursuing his 12th grade computer operator and program assistant course through the Open School, NIOS. And he has achieved 83% in mock test. His teachers observe increased cognitive abilities, logical thinking, and creative expressions. He is now completely independent in activities of daily living. He confidently goes by himself by bus, changes bus and goes to school. His newfound ability to acquire new skill underscores his impressive journey. Now this is a video. All of you can see it on YouTube. This is a video online where this young man is performing a Carnatic music concert of 4 hours. He has by-hearted 15 Tyagaraja Kritis and he has mastered the intricacies of Shruti and Thalam, and he has his own mic. I want you to see that properly. He is not a person who is sidelined. He is on the front with a mic and singing in front of everybody. We owe the success to DATHATHREYA treatment and to the great dedication of his parents for sincerely doing his treatment. We have invited them to speak to all of you during the session. I hope they have joined us. Because we have so many case studies to present to you, I will go towards something which are more descriptive or visually appealing. Has more visual input so that you will be able to appreciate it better. In this next case study, we will be examining a child whose challenges began at birth due to hypoxia. Treatment his initial symptoms were inability to sit independently, and he was confined to lying on the couch, lack of ability to stand independently, non-compliance with commands, absence of speech, hyperactivity, extreme nervousness, poor sleep patterns, and excessive drooling. Now we're going to show you some videos. This video at the age of 3 depicts his inability to stand. You can see that he's playing with his sister, pushing a big truck, a big toy truck. And he will not stand, he will just crawl. He started our treatment when he was 4 years of age. By age of 5, notable progresses started. He gained the ability to sit independently. He started pronouncing 2-syllable words. There were attempts to interact with others, expressing emotions like happiness and sadness. With support, he could stand and walk while being guided by someone holding his hand. Remarkably, the issue of excessive drooling ceased during this period. His treatment is ongoing and he's making more and more progress every single day. Now I move on to another interesting case study. This is a child who has cerebral palsy plus Sturge-Weber syndrome, which is a very rare neurological condition with very poor prognosis. Let us hear a narrative given by our Rekha ma'am, who is a pioneer who is the founder of Reach Out Foundation and who interacted with this patient.
Namaste everyone. We are here to share the journey of Anirudh Jaishankar, who is a 7-year-old boy, and he was born and at birth was diagnosed with cerebral palsy and Sturge-Weber syndrome. This is a neurological disorder that is characterized by a maroon-colored mark around the face. Apart from this, he had various other complications which were making his early years very difficult. With further investigations, MRI and so on, it was discovered that he has brain damage to a large extent as well as heart issues. The hospitals and doctors could not offer much hope to the parents, and they were told that there is no cure or there is no solution for this kind of problem. So they should be prepared for the worst because even his survival was very doubtful.
അങ്ങനെ 5 വർഷത്തെ ട്രീറ്റ്മെന്റിന്റെ ഫലമായി കഴിഞ്ഞ മാസം അവൻ തന്നെ നടക്കുകയും നമ്മുടെ അടുത്തേക്ക് വരികയൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പോൾ നടക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ വിളിക്കുമ്പോൾ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ പുഷ് ചെയ്യണമായിരുന്നു കുറേ നേരം, നടക്ക്, വരൂ, കുഞ്ഞ്, ബാ ബാ എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ് വിളിക്കണമായിരുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ ഒന്നും ആവശ്യമില്ല. സോഫയിലും എല്ലാം ഇരുന്ന ഉടനെ എണീറ്റ് നടന്നു വരുന്നുണ്ട്. നടക്കണം എന്നൊരു ആഗ്രഹം ഇപ്പോൾ കുഞ്ഞിന് നല്ലോണം വരുന്നുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് അവൻ ഹാപ്പിയാണ്, ആക്റ്റീവാണ്.
You could see in this video how our Anirudh has started to walk. After 5 years, he took the first step. Actually, I want to tell you an incident that happened related to Anirudh. Anirudh has got great parents. That is the most important thing. That's why he got so much of difference in the treatment. Usually it is like that. Parents contribute more than 60-70% to the treatment results. Their sacrifice and their commitment plays a very important role. When actually everybody told Anirudh's mother that his child will never walk. They even gave very poor prognosis about the life of the child. But Dr. Raghavan, when he examined and he told that Anirudh will walk, they had complete belief in that. 5 years their child did not walk. But still they gave medicine systematically to the child. And when he took the first step, which is this video, the same video was received by us from 5 different sources. From his mother, from his father, from the person who recommended him, from his uncle, from his grandfather. All persons sent the same video to us from different locations saying that our Anirudh has walked. So that much happiness, they share their happiness to us from all directions. And now we have the opportunity to share it with you too. We'll now go to the next section. We'll be speaking about autistic spectrum disorders. So in this segment, we'll explore its symptoms, current treatments, treatment outcomes, and share some specific case results from DATHATHREYA's treatment. So to deepen our understanding about autism, I have gathered some awareness videos. You know why we present in this way? Because when you see a particular symptom and then you see that symptom disappearing in that patient, you will be able to appreciate it a little more better. Only for that, none of these are our patients, but they offer a valuable overview to better understand the challenges amidst autistic persons. So let's delve into the videos. In the first one, notice the contrast between a typical child on the left with steady eye contact compared with the autistic child on the right lacking the eye contact. The subsequent videos also, you'll be able to see that the autistic child does not sit still, keeps on flapping his hands, he'll be rocking, and he'll be making odd movements and tics. Another important symptom in autistic children is stimming, where they have repetitive motions, or rocking back and forth can also be a sign. Equally important are tiptoe walking. Autistic children basically reacts very poorly in areas with high sensory stimuli, especially a shopping mall. You cannot let a severe autistic child in a shopping mall alone because the light, the crowded places, the people, they start becoming fidgety, they start growling, making odd noises, stimming, or they just look extremely uncomfortable. They also have very poor social skills. For example, you see that when the person next to the child got hurt, the autistic child never responded. The behavior is usually will be in awkward manner in social interactions. These are all typical symptoms of autism. So have we made changes in any of these symptoms is the question. So the process of receiving an autism diagnosis often begins with parents sensing that something is different about the child. However, the diagnosis itself can profoundly impact parents, leading to confusions. Where to go now, what to do next. An autistic spectrum diagnosis often evokes complex emotions in parents. They might perceive their child as experiencing some deficit or feeling socially awkward, leading to a sense of helplessness. In severe cases of ASD, parents might even perceive their child condition as a profound medical tragedy because effective treatment is not available. Indeed, the existing treatment spectrum for autism is extremely diverse. It includes physiotherapy, sensory integration therapy, applied behavioral analysis, special and language therapy, counseling and enabling environment, special education. All these things are available for these children. Sensory gyms is now very common among many places. These sensory gyms offer a safe haven to play and they provide sensory stimuli haven. Then we have ABA, autism training, which is used as a reinforcements or prompting or limitation or imitation to bring forth appropriate or correct behavior with rewards. However, it is essential to recognize that autism is a lifelong condition. While some symptoms may diminish with therapy, they can also fluctuate or persist over time. Autism remains a permanent aspect on a person's life, creating inclusive environment is vital for the holistic development and well-being of individuals with autism. So this is the background we have on the contemporary treatments and its solutions for autism, right? Even the existing treatment medicines given to autism, such as risperidone, all these things carry severe side effects. For instance, risperidone can lead to movement issues, manifesting as difficulty in mobility or stiffness in muscles. Additionally, it may cause involuntary twitching, jerking, particularly in facial muscles or other body parts. Moreover, adverse reactions like high body temperature, muscle stiffness, excessive sweating, increased saliva production, it could even signal a severe condition known as neuroleptic malignancy. Actually, Dr. Raghavan sir gave in the introduction, he mentioned about this, about how the medicines available for special children are extremely harmful. And the treatments available are, in severe cases especially, are extremely limited. So how does DATHATHREYA Ayurveda help in making it better and easier for the children is the most important thing. We start the lecture with a remarkable journey by one of our earlier patients at the Europe Clinic. This patient was diagnosed with autistic spectrum disorder at the age of 4. He began treatment at DATHATHREYA in 2020 at the age of 19 years. Initially, he struggled to express himself verbally, often engaging in self-directed conversations. Social interactions led to some peculiar movements. He was not able to interact effectively with persons in society. He had very limited attention span. Understanding and following commands was very challenging for him. Many times you have to repeat it multiple times. Before seeking treatment, also he had, see, usually autistic persons are very talented, they're very creative, they are very intelligent individuals. But they usually remain in their own world. And same way, this boy also showcased talents in swimming and painting. However, despite these abilities, his talents largely remain unexpressed. Moreover, he exhibited unique reactions to various sounds. So this was this boy's condition. After our treatment, a lot of achievements happened to him. He became the first person in Montenegro to complete university. He's on our treatment for more than 3 years. He became the first person to complete university multimedia course. He completed a course in photography. He is the first autistic person to represent the country in multiple international swimming competitions, and he has received 5 to 6 awards. He has made his own presentation of all his artwork in an exhibition. He performed in some concert for his school. Now he also speaks on publicly. Now I want you to hear some of the words of his parents. Of course, it's in a different language because their native language is Serbian. So I will read out their subtitles for your benefit. My child has shown improvements. His attention span, focus, and attention to details have all improved. Additionally, his facial expression is much more pronounced and much more powerful. While he used to handle tasks effortlessly earlier also, he now does it with an even greater level of ease and proficiency. His speech has become quicker and his visual perceptions have sharpened. He has shown improvement across all aspects. His attention span, focus to attention details have improved. I did this already. He is self-reliant. He doesn't need assistance at all. This has been the case for the last year and a half. He's on our treatment for 3 years. Please note that. He's quite self-reliant. You can see on the right many of the artistic work that he has done. Our focus was to achieve his ability to become independent. This is very important for many ASD children. Initially, we would send him only to buy bread. That's it, and nothing else. Now he is capable of purchasing a wide range of products from the shopping mall. It is obvious how independent it is. He is aware of the exact amount of money that is to be required to be given. He even stands patiently in the queue. Previously, he struggled with shopping. He often gave random amounts of money. Now he has no problem. He stands patiently in the queue. He got faster and started understanding swimming styles in a better manner. He made progress in all aspects of swimming. Be it in swimming style, his stars, whatever was required for him. He improved in his performances in different competitions. As I told you, he won more than 5 to 6 competitions. He won awards. Earlier, the mother was explaining to us that when they had to explain to him new swimming styles, it was very difficult to make him understand. You have to do it repetitively. Now, just you have to show him once and he would understand it immediately. I'll go to another case study. Okay, this is an interesting case study. It involves a child who encountered challenges associated with autism at a tender age of 1 year. Okay. Initially, the child exhibited stereotypical movements involving hand and head gestures, arousing his attention was extremely difficult. Communication skills were also not there for the child. It impacted his social interactions and emotional responses. Despite being intelligent, his expressions were limited. It was usually characterized by echolalia, obsessive interest, and fixation on specific objects. This is a typical symptom of ASD, being fixated on specific objects. Since commencing treatment, remarkable progress have been achieved. The child is shown become more calmer, attention span has improved, he complies with instructions, articulation has begun, cognitive processes are notably enhanced, emotional expressions have emerged. He has more contextual play. I want to show you some of his videos so that you'll be able to relate it better. You will see that this is This was at 3.5 years when he was having repetitive behavior. This was also before our treatment. You will see that there is no eye contact. He will not be still. There is no contextual play. He's just throwing everything down. He's not watching the person taking the video. After 1.5 years of treatment, he's more focused. He sits for almost 10 minutes, even in contextual thinking games. This is the most important video. Actually, his mother was so happy when she sent this video to us because she saw for the first time that her child was socializing better with peers. He was expressing better emotions. He was watching and being comfortable in a crowd. And she shared this video with us. Okay. This child is still continuing our treatment and he's improving day by day. This is a very interesting case study. I want to highlight some important aspects in Sarah's case. Her name is Sarah. She's also from our European clinic. Sarah calls our Dr. Raghavan as chocolate doctor. So since starting treatment, she has improved in her attention span, digestion, sleep patterns, tiptoe walking. Sarah's mother works hard for bringing awareness about autism in Montenegro and for creating an inclusive society for her. I want you to hear the remarkable journey of Sarah directly from her mother.
On one side, there is modern medicine that says that autism does not have a cure.
Citirat ću uz rečenicu samo da nije mentalno retardirana i da je naučimo da bude funkcionalna.
She will quote what doctor said. Only that it is good that she is not mentally retarded and to help her to be able to help herself.
I s druge strane pojavljuje se dr. Raghavan.
On the other side there is Dr. Raghavan.
Koji ne da daje nadu, nego kaže ona će biti dobra.
Who not only gave us hope but said that she will be perfectly okay.
Meni je to kao roditelju bilo nevjerovatno i bila sam jako skeptična.
It was unbelievable for her as a parent and she was skeptical.
Moram priznati da je moja mama bila uporna da iskrene sa terapijom.
She must admit that her mother was persistent in persuading her to be systematic in taking therapy. At delivery, they told her that baby was left without oxygen for some time.
Ali je dobila ocjenu 9 na porođaju.
But Apgar score was 9.
Negdje oko, pa da kažem, prije prvog rođendana mi smo primijetili da je Sara previše odsutna.
Before first birthday, they noticed that she is absent too much. And in October, so 2 months after her first birthday, she received MMR vaccine.
Ja stalno pominjem taj MMR zato što primjećujem da u tom momentu je ona možda bila u najlošijem stadiju.
She always tells this about MMR because she noticed that immediately in that period she was in the worst condition.
Sara je počela da dobija stereotipi i sve ostalo što prate elementi autizma.
She got stereotypes and every other symptoms that can correspond to autistic child.
Ona je u nekom kratkom periodu počela da malo bolje jede, ali kuvano ne.
In some short period of time she started eating a little bit better but not cooked food.
Tad počinje da dobija gasove.
Then she started to get gases.
Da podriguje.
Burping.
Ne može da spava uveče, ima poremećaj sna.
She couldn't sleep, sleep disorder was there.
Postaje sve agresivnija.
She becomes more and more aggressive.
Sara je imala tantrume takozvane koji su
had tantrums.
Koji su uvijek bili praćeni zbog izostanka govora, kad ne može da objasni nešto, udarala je glavom o pod.
That were followed by the she actually hit her head on the floor because she couldn't explain what is bothering her.
I negdje da kažemo u periodu od 2 do 3 godine Sara je bila u najgore mogućem stadijumu.
Between second and third year she was in the worst stadium.
Gdje smo mi kao roditelji definitivno bili sigurni da je to autizam, ali nama to niko nije potvrđivao.
They were sure as parents that it was autism, but nobody could confirm that.
Negdje maje mjeseca saznajemo za doktora Ragavana preko poznanika.
In May 2020 they have heard about Dr. Ragavan from some acquaintance.
Neposredno prije toga,
before that,
Sara danima ima crnu stolicu.
Sara, for days together, she had black bowel movements.
Opet idemo kod gastroenterologa.
Again, they visited gastroenterologist.
Koji govori da mora da se radi sonda.
They suggested sonde.
Da se stavlja, pardon.
To put sonde for testing.
Data joj je opet terapija.
Again, they gave her some therapy.
Ali ona je bila dijete koje već tad u tom periodu je samo se hranilo na plazmu.
But she was a child in that period that she only had some cookies at the time. Only that she wanted to eat.
3 godine.
She was 3 years old.
3 godine. To remo koji je bio negativno.
The doctor immediately said it was parasites. They were shocked because they have done a motion test 3 times in laboratories and it was negative each time.
Možda jedno 10-15 dana nakon toga,
10-15 days after that,
Sara se igrala po dvorištu.
Sara was playing in the garden.
I bukvalno smo vidjeli da iz njene zadnjice viri rep ovoliki.
And they have seen one big worm coming out of her.
Iščupali smo to rukom.
They have taken it literally with hand.
I odmah smo zvali doktora da kažemo čemu se
Immediately
radi.
they called us to ask what is it.
Od toga dana Sara je, znači, sigurno 30 crva takvih izbacila.
Since that day, Sara, it must be 30 of these big worms that she had evacuated from her.
Po prvi put meni kao majci postaje jasno šta se u suštini s njom desilo.
For the first time for her as a mother, she started to understand what actually happened to her.
Radila sam istraživanja koja su pokazala.
She did research on her own that showed
da s jedne strane sam svoje dijete vakcinisala i unijela joj toliku količinu aluminijuma, žive i ostalih toksina.
That she has vaccinated her child and because of that her child was full of toxins, aluminium, mercury.
I s druge strane, Sara je imala parazite koji sami po sebi kroz krvotok direktno utiču na mozak svojim toksinima.
And on the other side she had parasites that also influence the brain through the circulation.
Kako doktor Ragavan kaže, njoj je bukvalno mozak bio paralisan od tolike količine otrovi koja ona imala.
Dr. Ragavan actually said that her brain was literally paralyzed because of so much quantity of toxins.
Sara nastavlja se terapijom i korišćenjem ulja koje je dr. Ragavan dao.
Sara continues to take the elixir from Dr. Ragavan and oil.
I prilikom izlaska, da kažem, prvog crva mi primjećujemo da Sara počinje da senzorno bude bolja.
immediately after evacuating this first worm, they have noticed that sensorily she's better.
Ona je bila dijete koja je ovako dirala stvari.
She only touched like this things with the palm.
Nakon terapije ona počinje da drči rukice kao da ih prvi put osjeća.
She started actually to do like this with her hands, like it was the first time that she actually feels her hands.
Da, počela je da hvata stvari rukama.
She started grasping things.
Da dira svoju glavu,
to touch her head, nose.
Jer to je uvijek bilo na način uzet će moju ruku da je počeškam.
Before that, she usually used to take her mother's hand and to touch herself.
Kako je trajao proces malo duže čišćenja,
this process of cleansing took some while.
Ona je počela tako i vremenom da napreduje u svakom segmentu.
But in every segment she started improving when that process started.
Stereotipije su se smanjile.
Stereotypes are much less.
Počela je bolje da spava.
Her sleep got much better.
Bolje da jede.
Better appetite and food.
Terapeuti koji rade sa njom,
therapists that are working with her,
kažu da je neprepoznatljiva.
Say that they cannot recognize her.
Jer dijete koje nije moglo da uđe u prostoriju u kojoj treba da radi sa defektologom.
Because she was a child that couldn't even come into the room to work with defectologist.
Sada sjedi 40 minuta za stolom i radi
Now
vežbice.
she can sit for 40 minutes at a table and do some exercises.
Po prvi put mi se dešava da taj sukob moderne medicine,
for the first time it happens to her that this confrontation of modern medicine
i medicina dr. Ragavana,
and Dr. Ragavan's medicine
bude naša pobjeda,
is our victory.
Jer defektolozi, logopedi koji rade sa Sarom kažu da je to 100% zbog čišćenja.
Because defectologists and speech disorder doctors that she is working with also says that it is because of cleansing process that is going on.
Bili su jako nepovjerljivi i jako skeptični.
They were very skeptical when she told them about
Ali kad su vidjeli taj nagli njen napredak,
but when they saw how much she improved,
onda su rekli da definitivno je do toga, jer prosto ne mogu da objasne drugačije.
Then they must have given credits to us because they couldn't explain in any other way.
Ovo je sve bilo u kratkim crtama, jer tu su bile razne faze Sarinog napretka.
This is all in short because there are many phases in her improvement.
Još smo na putu.
We are still on the way.
Ona govorno još uvijek je jako slaba.
Articulation is still very weak.
Ali kako kažu terapeuti, govor je ta zadnja kruna napretka.
But therapists also say that this articulation is the last thing, like a crown.
On posljednji dolazi, da.
It comes the last.
So I want to highlight few more things. In the initial photo, you can see Sarah's hair, how it is. And the next photo, you can see that her hair growth is really luscious and beautiful. Studies indicate that so Sarah never had good hair growth before starting our treatment. It all happened only after our treatment. Studies indicate that insufficient nail and hair growth in children with developmental delays or ASD might signify underlying biotin responsive genetic issues, even when standard genetic testing results are negative. DATHATHREYA Ayurvedic treatment demonstrates potential in addressing such genetic concerns in ASD children also. And I want you to see her video where she's being seen engaging in a calm play, and how she's expressing and receiving love from her brother. Her mother is telling in the video how she never used to hug anybody. She used to watch TV all the time. Now it's different. In the next video, you see
ajde power lift, zovni lift.
She's obeying commands.
Bravo, sad ćeš sprat da zovneš, da ti dođe sprat. Čekaj, ljubavi. Evo ga, ulazimo.
Her mother is telling her to wait and to enter now.
Ajmo da zovne. Puanaj.
Let me go to a few more case studies because we are running short of time. I will go directly to ADHD. In this segment, we will delve into ADHD. You all might be aware that individuals with ADHD often struggle with maintaining attention. They have impulsive behaviors, or they display excessive levels of activity. It is possible for ADHD to coexist with autism also. So we can bring improvements in ADHD with DATHATHREYA treatment. So there is hope for even autistic children displaying ADHD symptoms. Now we will hear a mother of an ADHD child narrate her experience of using DATHATHREYA treatment for her 9-year-old child. This child is only having treatment for the last 6 months. So she's telling during the second consultation, she actually told us the changes that has happened in her child by having only the oral medicines of Dr. Raghavan for the last 6 months. Before we start this video, I actually like to apologize to all of you. This video is actually in Tamil and currently lacks subtitle. We are working on providing an updated version for our non-Tamil speaking audience.
Hello everybody. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் பாண்டிச்சேரியிலேருந்து வந்திருக்கேன். என்னுடைய பையன் வந்து ADHD ஹைப்பர் சொல்லுவாங்க. நான் வந்து 6 மந்த்துக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் வந்தேன். எனக்கு வந்து ரெஃபர் பண்ணது வந்து ஒரு ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபர். அவர் வந்து ஆண்டனின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவருக்கு தான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லணும். ஏன்னா இங்கே ரெஃபர் பண்ணது அவர் தான். நான் 6 மந்த்துக்கு முன்னாடி வந்ததுக்கும் இப்போதைக்கும் நிறைய சேஞ்சஸ் இருக்குது. அவங்கக்கிட்ட சிட்டிங் டாலரன்ஸ் நிறைய இருக்குது. அண்டு ஐ கான்டாக்டு அண்டு ஹைப்பர் கம்மியாக இருக்குது. என்னோடய பையனுக்கு வந்து இங்கே வர்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி வந்து கான்ஸ்டிபேஷன் ப்ராப்ளம் வந்தது. சார் டாக்டர் ராகவன் சாரை பார்த்ததுலேருந்து அவனுக்கு கான்ஸ்டிபேஷன் ப்ராப்ளமே கிடையாது. அவரால் தான் வந்து அவர் ஜஸ்ட்டு ஒரு ஹேண்டை மட்டும் தான் பிடிச்சி பார்த்தாரு. அதுலேயே வந்து என்னுடைய ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் அவர் சொல்லிட்டார். ஆக்சுவலாக அவர் சொன்னதே எனக்கே ஒரு மாதிரி ரொம்ப ஃபீலாக தான் இருந்தது. அவனுக்கு வந்து என்ன இருந்ததுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொன்னார். இப்போ எப்படி இருக்கும்னு சொல்லியிருக்காரு. சாரால் தான் எனக்கு வந்து இந்த 6 மந்தில் ஒரு பெரிய இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் கிடச்சிது. അത് സാർക്ക് രാഘവൻ സാർക്ക് ഫസ്റ്റ് താങ്ക്സ് சொல்லிட்டுണ്ടാ.
എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത് ഒരു 6 മാസങ്ങൾക്ക് മുൻപ് നമ്മളുടെ ഡോക്ടർ രാഘവൻ രാമൻകുട്ടി സാറിനെ ദത്താത്രേയ ആയുർവേദിക് ഹെൽത്ത് കെയർ റീഹാബിലിറ്റേഷൻ സെൻറ്ററിൽ കൺസൾട്ടേഷൻ എത്തിയ ഒരു ADHD കേസ് 9 വയസ്സുള്ള ഒരു ആൺകുട്ടിയുടെ ചെറിയൊരു സ്റ്റോറിയാണ്. നമ്മളുടെ ഡോക്ടർ രാഘവൻ രാമൻകുട്ടിയെക്കുറിച്ച് ഒരു ഡോക്യുമെൻ്ററി എടുക്കാൻ വന്ന ക്യാമറാമാൻ ആൻ്റണി, അദ്ദേഹം ഒരു മാരേജ് ഫംഗ്ഷനിൽ വെച്ചാണ് ഈ കുട്ടിയെ കാണുന്നത്. ബഹളം വെച്ച് നടക്കുന്ന ഈ കുട്ടിയെ കണ്ടപ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ നമ്മളുടെ ഡോക്ടർ കണ്ട ചെയ്ത കേസുകൾ കണ്ടപ്പോൾ പെട്ടെന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം അവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന വിഭുപ്രസാദ് എന്ന സാറിനോട് നമ്മളുടെ ഡോക്ടറിനെ കുറിച്ച് പറയുകയും ഈ കുട്ടിയെ അവിടെ കൊണ്ട് കാണിച്ചാൽ നന്നായിരിക്കുമെന്ന് അറിയിക്കുകയും ചെയ്തു. 6 മാസങ്ങൾക്ക് മുൻപ് അവൻ ഈ OPയിലെത്തി ഡോക്ടറെ കൺസൾട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ. അന്നത്തെ ദിവസം ഞാൻ ഓർക്കുന്നു, ഭയങ്കര അഗ്രസീവ് ബിഹേവിയർ, ഭയങ്കര ഹൈപ്പർ ആക്റ്റീവായിട്ടുള്ള കുട്ടി. ഓടി നടന്ന് സാറിൻ്റെ ഇടയ്ക്കൂടെ കയറി അതെല്ലാം വലിച്ചു പൊട്ടിച്ച് OP ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞ ഒരു ബഹളം ഉള്ള ഒരു ഏരിയയാക്കി മാറ്റി. ആ കുട്ടിയുടെ അമ്മ പറഞ്ഞതനുസരിച്ച് അവൻ്റെ 1-ാമത്തെ വയസ്സ് മുതൽ നോട്ടീസ് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടതാണ് ഈ ലാക്ക് ഓഫ് കോൺസെൻട്രേഷനും ഈ അഗ്രസീവ് ബിഹേവിയർ, ഈ ഹൈപ്പർ ആക്ടിവിറ്റി, സ്പീച്ച് ഡിലേ എല്ലാം തന്നെ ഡിലേഡ് ആയിരുന്നു ആ കുട്ടിയുടേത്. കുട്ടിയുടെ പൾസ് എക്സാമിനേഷൻ ടൈമിൽ ഡോക്ടർ പറഞ്ഞത് ഗർഭകാലം പകുതി കിട്ടുന്നില്ല എന്നാണ്. ആദ്യത്തെ 3 മാസം ഓക്കെയാണ്, പിന്നീട് അങ്ങോട്ട് വളരെ മോശപ്പെട്ട മാസങ്ങളാണ് കാണുന്നതെന്നാണ് ഡോക്ടർ പറഞ്ഞത്. അതിൻ്റെ അമ്മയും അത് ശരിവെച്ചു. ശരിയാണ്, അവരൊരു ഫാമിലി ഇഷ്യൂസ്, ജോയിൻറ്റ് ഫാമിലിയിൽ നിന്ന് സിംഗിൾ ഫാമിലിയായി മാറിയത് ആ സമയങ്ങളിലാണ്. അതിലുണ്ടായിരുന്ന സ്ട്രെസ്സ് വളരെ കൂടുതലായിരുന്നു എന്ന് ആ അമ്മ തന്നെ അറിയിച്ചു. ഡോക്ടർ അവന് നമ്മളുടെ മെഡിസിൻസ് കൊടുത്തു. ഡോക്ടറിൻ്റെ തന്നെ ഉള്ളിലേക്ക് കഴിക്കാനുള്ളതും വെർട്ടെക്സിൽ അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടുള്ളതായിട്ടുള്ള ഓയിലുകൾ ഇതൊക്കെ സാറ് അവന് പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്തു. ഒരു വെജിറ്റേറിയൻ ഡയറ്റ് ഫോളോ ചെയ്യാനും ഉള്ള ഇൻസ്ട്രക്ഷനും അവനെ പാർക്കിലും ഔട്ട്സൈഡിലും നല്ല ഹാപ്പി ആയിട്ടുള്ള സിറ്റുവേഷനിൽ അവനെ കൊണ്ടുപോകാനായിട്ടും കുറച്ച് ഇൻസ്ട്രക്ഷൻസ്, റെസ്ട്രിക്ഷൻ ഇല്ലാതെ സ്നേഹിച്ച് കരുതലോടെ അവനെ നോക്കണം എന്നുള്ള കുറച്ച് ഇൻസ്ട്രക്ഷനുമായിട്ടാണ് ഡോക്ടർ അവനെ അന്ന് ഇവിടുന്ന് അയച്ചത്. 6 മാസങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷം അവൻ റിവ്യൂ കൺസൾട്ടേഷനായിട്ട് ഇവിടെ എത്തി. ഡോക്ടർ നാഡീപരീക്ഷ ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഡോക്ടർ പറഞ്ഞത് റെസ്പോണ്ടിങ് സ്പോണ്ടേനിയസ്ലി എന്നാണ് അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞത്. അവൻ്റെ അഗ്രസീവ് ബിഹേവിയറിന് ചെറിയ ചേഞ്ചസ് ഉണ്ടായി. കോൺസെൻട്രേഷൻ ഇൻക്രീസ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഐ കോണ്ടാക്റ്റ് ഇമ്പ്രൂവ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഈറ്റിംഗ് പാറ്റേൺ ചേഞ്ച് ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ സ്പീച്ച്, റൈറ്റിങ് ഇതൊക്കെ ഇമ്പ്രൂവ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നാണ് ആ കുട്ടിയുടെ അമ്മ അറിയിച്ചത്. അതുപോലെ അവനിവിടെ വന്നതിന് ശേഷം താത്ത താത്ത എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഇതിൽ വന്ന് ഡോക്ടറെ അടുക്കൽ എത്തിയതല്ലാതെ മറ്റു ബഹളങ്ങളോ അന്നത്തെ പോലെ അന്നുണ്ടായ, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ ആദ്യത്തെ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞത്, അന്നുണ്ടായ പോലുള്ള ബഹളങ്ങളോ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളോ ഒന്നും അവൻ ഈ OP യിൽ വന്നിട്ട് കാണിച്ചില്ല. വളരെ മര്യാദയായിട്ട് ഒരുപാടുള്ള പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് മാറി എന്നല്ല, ഒരുപാട് രീതിയിലല്ലാതെ ചേഞ്ചസ് ഉള്ള രീതിയിൽ തന്നെയാണ് അവൻ ബിഹേവ് ചെയ്തത്. അത് ശരിക്കും നമുക്ക് ശരിക്കും കണ്ടറിയേണ്ട ഒരു കാര്യം തന്നെയാണ്. അവനോട് വെജിറ്റേറിയൻ ഡയറ്റ് ഫോളോ ചെയ്യാൻ ഡോക്ടർ പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. അതിനനുസരിച്ച് അവർ ഇത്രയും നാളായിട്ട് വെജിറ്റേറിയൻ ഫുഡാണ് കൊടുത്തത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഡോക്ടർ മെഡിസിൻ റിവൈസ് ചെയ്തു. അടുത്ത മെഡിസിനും ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് ഇപ്രാവശ്യം അവരെ വിട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അവന് വേണ്ടി പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു. നമ്മളുടെ ഡോക്ടറുടെ മെഡിസിൻസും റീഹാബിലിറ്റേഷൻ തെറാപ്പികളും കൊണ്ട് അവന് നല്ല ചേഞ്ചസ് ഉണ്ടാവട്ടെ എന്ന് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു, ആശംസിക്കുന്നു.
Thank you, Anjali. It was a very nice rundown of all the events that happened. We will go to the next section. In this section, we will discuss how DATHATHREYA treatment has helped with sensory issues in children. We will take a case of a SPD, sensory processing disorder. So, as you all know, all SPD cases are not autistic cases, but autistic children usually have issues in sensory processing. So, this case study is also relatable to parents who are having autistic children. This child came to us at 2 years and 8 months of age. He was given oral medicines and he continued along with it at his home, occupational therapy, speech therapy, language therapies and everything. And they diligently documented the changes in the child. And I'm going to read out what the occupational therapist assessment were given at the age of 2, age of 3.5 and the age of 5 years. Okay. Initially, eye contact were not present. Later on, it was present. Speech, expression and responsiveness was not there. You can see in the last column that he started responding with intensity. Relevance of speech was not there. Later, it became present. Clarity of speech was not there, became present. Attention span was fleeting, became satisfactory. Social and emotional adjustment were not present. He was irritated all the time and he pretended to play. All those things improved. Cognitive and perceptual skills were graded as fair. His performance in school became much, much better. Spelling, not good. Mathematics, not good. Narrative skill was not good. Everything became much better and writing grip also started improving. Tactile sensitivity was present. Initially, that also reduced. Movement sensitivity kept on moving place to place. That became improved. He became completely independent. The mother's testimonial mother gave a written testimonial to us and she said that in a span of 2 years, my son has shown remarkable improvement from DATHATHREYA treatment. He is now fluent in English despite our being a Tamil speaking household. He actively engages in school, participates in group activities and demonstrates awareness of his surroundings. He's even joined swimming class, showcasing well-developed motor skills. His progress reports, you can see his progress reports here. Consistently, he started performing better. He started getting A grades. By the age of 4, the senior occupational therapist regarded him as one of the brightest kids of the therapy center. And they recommended him to stop all these treatment and to consider him as a smart, normal child for all intents and purposes. This is a very great achievement for an SPD child. The child is now completely normal with friends, leading a productive, normal life. Thanks to the wonderful treatment of Raghavan sir and also the dedication, commitment of the parents, which is the most important thing. In this next section, 5th section, we will take some cases on intellectual disability. This is one of my favorite patients. We encountered a remarkable case, a remarkable man actually in the mountains of Montenegro, a very young man. He was born with intellectual disabilities, okay? Due to his very low IQ, and maybe because of his situation, social situation, because they are very poor, living on the mountains, cut off from people, maybe because of that, he had to unfortunately endure a lot of family trauma, including physical abuse from his own family members. That might have contributed more to his behavioral abnormalities. Initially, he was non-communicative, he was completely withdrawn, but after our treatment, he completely became a transformed person. He became expressive, independently caring for his mother takes care of cows, And he never used to do any of those activities. Now he only takes care of all the cows, and his mother is able to rest because she has undergone a hip surgery also, his mother. He discovered his newfound love for dancing and music. At the age of 28, he learned to read and write. And he wrote a thank you letter for our Dr. Raghavan. That is put on your screen. It is written in their language. He's written there that he really thanks Dr. Raghavan for giving him this opportunity to read, and write. A very brief video of the parents I will show you.
He is now expressing himself more better. His mood is much better. He says that he is clever, that he is good. Now he likes to read, he likes to write, he likes to paint and to draw.
These are all his writings and drawings. I'll quickly go to the other presentations because we are short of time. We will take 1 or 2 cases of Down syndrome quickly. This is a very beautiful child. Her name is Tahsin. It is her remarkable journey with DATHATHREYA's treatment and with the support of her parents. She started her treatment at the age of 2. She initially exhibited typical Down syndrome features: protruding tongue, drooling, widening chin, and less defined upper lip. You can see in all the pictures over years how she has transformed. Her eyes exude intelligence, focus now. Her speech is much more clearer. Her articulation also has improved. It took Tahsin 3 months to adapt. Her mother was explaining to us that it took her almost 3 months to adapt to school environment. She goes to normal school, and an additional year she spent in kindergarten due to her slower learning and writing abilities. However, her learning capacity, memory, overall intelligence, everything started improving. At 10 years of age, she is excelling in 4th grade, and she is following CBSE syllabus. Tahsin performs exceptionally well in both academics and extracurricular activities. You can see all her mark sheets here, where she has scored 23 on 25 or 25 on 25 on different subjects, be it mathematics, English. She also engages, actively participates in art class and interacts with her peers. She has friends. She does cycling by herself. I have to show you a beautiful videos of our Tahsin, because Tahsin is one of the favorite persons of everybody in our office. Tahsin is not only has a beautiful voice, she's such a beautiful person inside and outside. But don't think her as a weak person. Huh? She has got her yellow belt in karate also. Okay, I will move forward. Abdul Rahman. I have to tell about his story to all of you. Abdul is the darling of everybody in our organization. He came to Dr. Raghavan with a hole in his heart at a very, very young age. They told that we have to do a cardiac surgery for him, and the doctors were not sure about the prognosis of that surgery. With Dr. Raghavan's treatment, only Ayurvedic treatment, he didn't have to do any surgery for 5 years. He had no cardiac complications, no symptoms at all. He even went on a special trip to Mecca with his mother. But as he grew older, of course, Abdul has to have non-vegetarian food. So Dr. Raghavan helped him to have a very safe surgery for his heart. Now Abdul comes to our occupational therapy center, and he learns behavioral therapy and everything, and he is progressing further and benefiting more, and he speaks much better and understands things also in a much better manner. You can see his entire video on our social media page. And this is something that we all have to pause and see. This is a recent Instagram post of our Abdul. He's a very, very great entertainer, and you must all go to his Instagram page and like. smile in many of your faces. Thank you very much. Microcephaly and macrocephaly. Currently, I don't have time to take these cases. I'll quickly go to the last one or two cases and go into our treatment modalities. So, DATHATHREYA Ayurveda has also handled very complicated and chronic conditions, even life-impairing conditions of children. So, if you see muscular dystrophy, Japanese encephalitis. Japanese encephalitis is a viral infection transmitted by mosquitoes. It affects the brain and can result in inflammation, leading to severe complications. In India, we lose thousands of children to Japanese encephalitis infection. This was one of our patients treated in Kerala with Japanese encephalitis. This was her condition when she came to us. I don't have to describe anything to you. It's quite evident. And this was the patient after 3 years of treatment. She goes to school now. She's much, much better. Thanks to the marvelous DATHATHREYA treatment under Dr. Raghavan sir's care. Now we have her alive and healthy with us. I also want to share a very beautiful case study of a patient who was treated in our rehabilitation center. Our Tasni treated her and made a wonderful video documenting her condition. We will listen to that.
Today, I would like to share the rehabilitation journey of one of our patients, a 21-year-old girl who met with a road traffic accident in 2022. After the accident, she lost all her muscle mass below the knee level of the left leg and amputated her lateral 2 toes in the same leg. She had undergone 8 grafting surgeries within 6 months' time. When she came to a rehabilitation center for the first time, she was using a walker for ambulation. Even her affected limb she could not touch on the floor. At that point of time, she could not sit, stand or walk independently. Even her ADL was affected. With the proper physiotherapy assessments, we could set suitable goals for her therapy. Within 1 month, she could stand without the help of her walker. Through thorough follow-ups and physiotherapy treatment methods, now she could sit, stand, walk and balance. Now her ADL is no longer affected. She came back to her independent life and resumed her studies with great joy and enthusiasm.
Thank you, Tasni, for this wonderful video. This child was treated only by our rehabilitation team, and now they have given her life back. I congratulate my team for this wonderful work. Now, quickly to talk about what treatment we provide, how it works. And I think that all of you are more interested in this now. So we provide classical Ayurvedic treatment, specific yoga and physiotherapy, and you can also combine it with occupational therapy, behavioral therapy, and everything is okay. Plant-based, balanced diet must be followed, not just by the patient, by the whole family. And there must be proper atmosphere for the treatment of the child with prayer, pranayama, meditation for the whole family. What makes DATHATHREYA Ayurveda treatment effective? 5 reasons. Approach. We treat each child uniquely. Whatever be the diagnosis, every child gets a very completely unique prescription. Consciously going beyond. Dr. Raghavan, always being a modern doctor, he always explains to us that there are possibilities beyond modern medicine to resolve the unique symptoms that the child is displaying. And we have to be open to that possibility. Break free from the diagnosis. Changing of attitudes is very important. So in the absence of proper diagnosis in modern science, it creates a very negative, helpless, debilitating spiral that takes over the life of the parent. Now, it is important for you to take our treatment to break free from this diagnosis and not to think that fixing your child is the job of the therapist, that my child is only having some small issue and not some big issue, or that something is wrong with you. So the most important step for you to get the maximum from our treatment is to accept that there is a problem and that problem is solvable with proper help and family support. And you have to be open to embrace these time-tested treatment options of Ayurveda and yoga that works in synergy with the rehabilitation techniques that DATHATHREYA is offering. The prognosis will be predictable. When Dr. Raghavan sees the patient, he'll give a predictable prognosis. And there will be an overall improvement in the cognitive ability, in the developmental milestones, delays that are there, in the physical disability that is there, the behavioral and social abnormalities, and also sensory disability. So we showed you through so many case studies that all these aspects are improving in children who are treated by us. Now, expectation setting. What to expect from our treatment is very important. So we are not doing any kind of magic here. I never showed you or told you that we have having some magic pill to make all the changes in your child. Of course, it is a partnership. We work with the parent. Without the parent's support or the therapist's cooperation, we cannot bring changes in your child. Early start is always better to bring the maximum results. And then diet is very important. Healthy nutritional diet, especially lacto-vegetarian diet, is very important. Dedicated family support is very important. Drug interaction. When you're giving an Ayurvedic medicine, if you're going to give other modern medicines also to the child, of course, the results will be much, much lesser. Time. You must have sweet patience. We cannot bring results in 1 month. We cannot bring results in 15 days. It will take few years to bring results, and that cooperation and sweet patience is required. Integrated therapy. We do allow non-invasive therapies to work with our Ayurvedic treatment, be it occupational therapy, speech therapy, behavioral therapy. We allow all these things to be integrated for bringing the faster result on your child, and to respect the Ayurvedic science as the mother of life science. Some parents, what parents are speaking about our treatment and how they are contributing, we just want to make we wanted to present to you some comments from patients. See, we had a very interesting child. I've written here, the child had atrial septal defect and ventricular septal defect on birth. This mother was prescribed some khada to be prepared by Dr. Raghavan, and she was living in Dubai. So she shifted from Dubai to Kerala for 1 year. And then she prepared this medicine, came for repeated consultation with sir. And now the child is so powerful, not weak. Her immunity is so good. So that family's dedication brought that change in that child's life. Another father of a boy with development delays, he told that every single leave in his office he accumulated so that he can accompany his child for treatment in Kerala. You know, I showed you about our Tasin. The mother of this Down syndrome child told us that the whole family, they prepare only vegetarian food so that Tasin treatment can continue for years together. If they are Muslims actually, and whenever they want to have any non-vegetarian food, they would actually go out and eat so that the child is not disappointed. That much dedication these parents are giving to the child's treatment for bringing these results. So first, hats off to the parents. So now I come to the conclusion of the video. The secret to pediatric treatment is now within our grasp. All it requires is an open mind to accept. We actually, Dr. Raghavan always says that we have walls around medical system. We need bridges. Ayurveda needs to be integrated in all branches of medicine to enhance the efficacy of the medicine. Dr. Raghavan sir practices 14th century BC Ayurveda, and he works closely with our rehabilitation team. And the team also works so closely with sir, and that is why we are able to bring such effective remedy. That's it. We come to the end of the program. Thank you very much. I'll close this presentation now, and we can take questions. Any questions, please, you can ask us. Any parents who want to share any experience, we request you to come forward too. Yes, sir. Nanda, sir. Please tell us, sir.
Yeah. See, I joined late, very late for your presentation. Yes, because of some emergency, I couldn't attend the whole presentation. I missed the cerebral palsy of your presentation. Yes. Is it possible for you to repeat or just give me a summary on the treatment given to the cerebral palsy children?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm sorry that you missed it. We presented many case studies on CP. CP children, so the treatment is actually similar for all the conditions, which means that every single child gets a unique prescription. So if there are 10 CP children in the same age group, in the same gender, they all 10 with the same symptom, all 10 will get a different Ayurvedic prescription. And we can bring in differences in very severe CP cases also, where they are having diplegia, crossing of legs and everything. Of course, our treatment can be combined with general physiotherapy and other behavioral therapy and other treatments available for CP. So that is available. So we will also post a recording of this presentation, sir, and we'll share you the link so you can watch that part.
Oh, very nice of you. Certainly, I will watch it across there. And what is your success rates of the CP children?
So CP children, even in severe cases, we have brought very good results. They're able to become mobile. So that was shown in the presentation. Some of the case studies were shown, sir.
Thank you very much. And second is that, do you come to, I am from Chennai. Is there any, what is called as centers in Chennai of yours, or do you come here for counseling?
No, sir. Yeah, our center is located in Kerala only. So you can first, if you have any persons who are interested in treatment, you can come for an online consultation first with sir. And if sir instructs you to come to bring the patient, then you can bring the patient only for consultation and you can take medicines.
Oh, very good. How many days, in case we are planning to come to Kerala, how many days that initially we should think of planning?
So initially 1 day is enough, sir.
Okay, initially 1 day. Then after assessment of the child, you will take the decision.
Sir will tell if it is required to be admitted, we can bring some results or not, or only home-based treatment is sufficient. Everything sir will decide after seeing the patient.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Sharda. Very nice. You were presenting very well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Right. Do we have Dr. Prabodh here? Prabodh sir, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Prabodh sir, can you tell a few words? You have anything to share?
No, because I'm working in mental health for the past 20 years, over 20 years. I'm working for National Health Service in England. I work in North London Partnership Trust. I work in various departments in mental health. I work from children and adolescents to old age psychiatry. In my experience, after working with my father for a very long time, it is a great honor to work with my father on the same field with his expertise and his knowledge and skills, which I can share with my doctors, where we do a lot of meetings and seminars and webinars during the time. So in the past few years, I'm working very closely with him in Montenegro Clinic, which I had seen a lot of improvement in a lot of children. What I'm trying to do is getting a deeper understanding how Ayurveda can help with children in conditions like this, which already mentioned in the webinar. So in each condition, how the brain is reflecting and what is the pathological pathway of the condition. So understanding that and making a structured programming to understand, like people can understand a lot more into the insight, getting more insight into that, so like a better assessment and to give a better quality of care for wider population. So, yeah, Akila? Hello?
Thank you, Prabodh sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so that is what we are looking at, so I'm at the moment, so from my father's view, there are a lot of things which are still theoretically explained in research findings, which he's showing a practical view of that, which I've never seen in anywhere, because I work very closely with world-renowned psychiatrists from all over the world. So I work with them. So I've never seen anything of this kind, which is making a progress. There are some pockets, they are doing a lot of things, but it never been in such a collective way of approach, so in centers, where they're doing education and things like that, which is not showing any remarkable progress. So what we had seen so far in these presentations, so that is really amazing. I'm really pleased to be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prabodh Raghavan. Any other questions, please let us know. Yes, Satya sir. Prabodh sir, can you mute yourself?
Good evening, ma'am. I heard everything. I have Sam is 23 years old. So initial stages in the 4 years of age, he was diagnosed as ADHD and hyperactive. Presently, he is not hyperactive, definitely because he is grown, and he passed out his 10th class also through open schooling with the help of scribe. The present issues with him is mood swings are very high in the mornings timings, around 1 to 2 hours. And secondly, he is not independent yet in the sense for going travel and all. He cannot go alone. His self-esteem is very, very low. I'm a single parent. He lost his mother in 2018. First 2 years he was not knowing anything, but now he is keep asking everybody, my mother is lost. I don't know why God has taken her so fast and all. These questions repetitively asked. Okay, and he is on the Ayurvedic medicines only as of now. He is using Brahmi and Neuro XT and Ashwagandha Rishta syrup. One tablet of allopathic is also been given because of his, he was very aggressive during Corona time. That's the time when he lost his mother and all. So I had to consult a psychiatrist. He has suggested one tablet that is Arifine 2.5 mg, and he has reduced it to now 2.5 mg. And along with that, another tablet, Deva OD 250. Deva OD 250 initially given, but he has withdrawn it. No, it's not necessary. So he is a good musician. He is a Carnatic musician because he learned from his mother. Extempore. He did not read and all. Even Swaras also he will this thing in Varnams and all in Carnatic music. He's on the borderline, I can say. IQ level, I got it tested him in NIMH, National Institute of Mental Handicap. There it was shown as 50 or so. Now I wanted your kind advice. I'm stationed at Hyderabad. I was referred to you by Sri Devi and L.S. Ramesh sir, who has done a workshop in your premises, I believe. So they are very close to me. So this is what brief about it. He has actually not got up, otherwise you would have seen him.
Sir, thank you, sir. Yes, sir, Sridevi ma'am and Ramesh sir visited us. They gave us a wonderful seminar on Raga Chikitsa.
Yeah.
Dr. Raghavan always used to tell us that how Carnatic music, specifically certain ragas, can bring about very positive difference in the child's behavior. Now even you are telling how your child is a singer and that he is not really hyperactive now. Some of his symptoms are resolved. Much could also be attributed to the music background that you have developed in him, sir. So I request you to continue to be in touch with Ramesh sir and Sridevi ma'am to develop more of his music inclinations. It will help him a lot in his improvements. And to connect with Dr. Raghavan sir, you can have a consultation with sir directly, and then he can tell you in a specific way after seeing your boy. It's very important for sir to see your boy.
I know. He is coming actually, not now. I will definitely make him see. And secondly, a typical problem which I also wanted to understand, is not going well with his sister. His sister is around 4 years older to him. In the sense, only on the academics front, he is very close to her. You ask anything about movies or music or everything, he is okay with her. But the moment she asks about the academics, he gets angry.
Yes. Dr. Prabodh sir, can you take up that question, sir? It will be better. About his family, sibling rivalry. He's talking about a sibling rivalry with his sister. Can you take up that case about this ADHD child?
So, sir, Satya sir, I'm listening to you. I was listening to the conversation what you're making.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is we need to understand a little more about his brain function. So we need to look at other physical presentation of him. You told me about his ADHD and his symptoms have subsided. Those things are quite interesting to know that, by age he made the progress on that. So we need to look at other few things as well, so because you might have heard of, you can read about the gut-brain axis as well, a little more into that. Then you can understand how the mood and behavior affect with the gut microbiota. Okay. So that will be quite interesting way to understand more. These are the recent studies we done so far as well in Cambridge University recently, not recently, just before Corona, they presented a detailed presentation about it, how gut microbiota was helping the enteric nervous system. So in that you can see that there are a lot of mood and behavioral changes in certain aspects they can come across, because we cannot take the full account of the neurotransmitter theory into this. So I'm more inclined to say about gut microbiota in this. Okay. So if the dietary changes, when you meet my father, hopefully he can give a better insight into the diet. Normally don't follow the dietitian, so my father is an expert in that, to identify the person's constitution and creating and prescribing a diet, which already mentioned in the webinar, so which can help a lot more mood changes. I would suggest for that at the point of time, rather than managing with any antipsychotics or any mood regulators.
That was the last, I thanks for that. In fact, I never, it's not that, I'm against psychiatry or anything like that. After a lot of weight and all patients only, I had to meet a psychiatrist. He was very cool with him. He was very sweet with him. And in fact, there was no need for him to actually prescribe any medicines also. He was telling, he's only on a borderline, he'll be all right. Just because, he's not having any avocation or anything like that. He must be behaving like that. Don't worry. Once some physical exercises, you make him do it, and also make him, send him somewhere, some kind of a work, because he is now able to work and all, whatever work he can learn. That's what the thing is. But since he is not independent as far as the travel is concerned, that is also stopping. But because of his, losing his mother in a very young age, that also, definitely it would have acted on his brain. I agree with him. So he is now sitting next to me. You can see him also. He's verbal also. He's verbal, and he sings, and he's very, very highly socialized person.
So in the case, what we need to do is we need to do an assessment first.
Right.
Assessment is very mandate. So we can assess it, how the functional level of his condition.
Right.
So from that we can judge. So what role improvement, what role area we need to work upon.
Sure. Yeah, good evening.
Hi, Shada ma'am.
Hi, Shalini ma'am. How are you?
Hello ma'am. Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Shalini ma'am's daughter is under Dr. Raghavanji's treatment. Shalini ma'am, please share your experience with everybody present.
It is a wonderful experience being in touch with sir, and the changes are in high way by the grace of God, like Guruji is here. I have two questions. One is, how we will get, because I know you don't have the center. Right. In that way, it is difficult to, get these physical therapy I talk about. So how we will get the online sessions, because in my concerns, my daughter, her name is Garvi, so her behavioral challenges, now she's in age of 8, and I'm concerned about her next age of, because now she's grown. In that way, I'm looking for some
I understood your point, ma'am. I understood your point. I request Priyanka or Tasni, are you here online? On behalf of behavioral therapy, we have to take the assessment and we have to see the sitting tolerance of the child. If the baby, if the child is okay and if the child is having sitting tolerance and he is able to attend the section with proper eye contact, then we can give an online behavioral therapy. Otherwise, only occupational therapy and speech therapy we can give.
So she is able to attend this behavioral therapy online. She is able to sit and understand. And apart from this, ma'am, because the assessment is also required, in that way how I'm going to connect for the assessment, ma'am, because it's again being a 2 years. So when the assessment was done.
Ma'am, we have shared some numbers on this chat box. So the second number, 77366-82255, ma'am. That is the direct number of the rehabilitation center. 77366 82255. So you can send a WhatsApp message on that. So Priyanka will help you to take you through the assessments, and she will find out if online care can be provided for our dear guardian. Yeah, ma'am. Assessment, I'll update you, ma'am. Thank you, Shalini, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. I see Varun on the screen, and I request Varun's parents to share some. Varun, today we got a message now in the group that I want Dr. Raghavan also to hear this. Varun has passed his 12th NOS class and he has got his results. He has got 68%. So I want all of you to congratulate our Varun. See how Dr. Raghavan is clapping for him. Varun's mother, I request you to speak a few words about Dr. G's treatment for his son.
Madam, we are very happy that the treatment is going on and Varun is improving much. Last 4.5 years, we are with the DATHATHREYA Center, and I think, before that we contacted the AIMS and they prescribed a medicine. That also, earlier it was giving twice in a day. Then it was reduced to once in a day. Now it is giving only 2 times a day. Otherwise, the Dr. Raghavan's medicine is continuing, and he is happy and he is interested in music, and that is the.
As per Dr. Raghavan's advice, you have.
He has improved a lot, and. Yeah, as the doctor suggested, this medicine which we are giving, allopathic medicine, that we almost stopped. We can say that only twice in a week we give. That is more the. He is interested in music, and now he wanted to sing a few lines. For if you have time, sing that.
Please, we want to hear him sing.
मानस संचर रे मानस संचर रे ब्रह्मणि मानस संचर रे ब्रह्मणि मानस संचर रे ब्रह्मणि मानस संचर रे मदशिकी पिंच अलंकृता चिकुरे मदशिकी पिंच अलंकृता चिकुरे मदशिकी पिंच अलंकृता चिकुरे महनीय कपोल विजेत मुकुरे मदशिकी पिंच अलंकृता चिकुरे महनीय कपोल विजेत मुकुरे मानस संचर रे ब्रह्मणि मानस संचर रे. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, they are asking if Varun wrote the exam by himself or via scribe, ma'am.
Via scribe.
Scribe.
Via scribe. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Very, very sincere parents giving medicines for so many years for Varun. Now we are exploring. They are exploring ways to get him a job. And we are praying and in touch with Rekha ma'am also to understand how to help Varun better. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So I see Naresh sir on the webinar today. Naresh sir, can you unmute and speak a few words? Anybody else has any questions? You can raise your arm. Anybody wants to share? Maybe Naresh sir is not active. Okay. So if there is nothing more to share, can we end? Shalini ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You have raised your arm, Shalini ma'am.
No, we discussed.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Satya sir, you have nothing more to ask, Satya sir?
If you permit, my son also will sing a small one-liner song.
Yes, sir. Please, let me see.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Sorry, earlier could not connect. Naresh, when you.
Hi, Naresh, sir. Sir, you can switch on your video, sir. And meanwhile, our Satya will sing a song. Satya sir's son will sing a small song, and then he will get back to you, sir. 1 minute.
Okay, sir.
Govinda, Govinda, Ani Koluvavo, Manasa Pavamulona, Pajamulandonu. Hari Avataramule, Akila Devata. I don't Brahmadam Bulu Harinamamule Animatra Mulu Hari 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 Anavu Manasa Bhavamulu Bhajamulandunu. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Naresh sir, can you come
Yes,
on the video? Yes.
Pranam, ma'am. Pranam, Dr. Ji.
Pranam. Sir, how is Lakshya? Tell us about Lakshya. Nanda sir did not hear some of our presentations. So he wants to know what treatment sir is providing for CP. So please tell us about your son and his improvements.
Before Dr. Saab visit, I visited many doctors, Ayurvedic and some homeopathy. Nobody gave me hope. The first meeting I still remember with Dr. Ji on online consultation. And when he saw the Laksh and he said, he will be all right. And that was the big hope, big positive hope. And the second thing, when we met at Noida, and still I remember Dr. Saab said same things. He will be all right. He has bright future. Now Lakshya improvement quite nicely day by day. And I can assure you that by look, nobody can say that he has a slow progress. His speech now become better. Whenever we don't understand, now he know how to explain things. And as a near about 8 years, like other children are stubborn, now he become more stubborn. And ask him whenever I ask him to obey something, why? Kyun? मैं ऐसा क्यों करूं? And other part of motor skill now quite well, ma'am, and believe me, he's writing it quite nice. A to Z, he without any help he can write. He can pronounce them. 1 to 100 he can write easily. And whenever we ask about like 41 or 42, whatever, the like 4 or 2, 42, he can easily recognize these things. Associate memory is quite well improvement. And thank you so much, ma'am. And we skip little part of treatment like oiling. Due to here is some quite hard winter. That's why we can't do oiling. So we giving medicine on day-to-day basis. And from school point of view, last 6 months he is quite well improved. Social behavior improved. Whenever we go earlier, he used to cry a lot for very little things. Now he can settle easily. So social behavior is quite a lot improved, ma'am. and now he interact with other people very easily, saying hi, hello, bye. So overall, I can say that, ma'am, he's improving day by day.
What about his gross motor skills? Does he fall now when he walks? Can he run?
Yes, ma'am. His motor skill quite walking quite improved, and he try to run, but can't properly run. But he try to run and walk quite very speedily. In the park, he quite enjoy his bat ball thing like cricket or like football. He easily now his right leg also improved. That was the condition of W position. You can easily I can relate to that thing. Now he is improving quite well, and some old people he quite easily connect with saying hello dadi, hello dada. And I still know him. The last time we met Dr. G, that he hugged Dr. Saab very nicely, and quite well improved, ma'am.
Now he even plays the piano. You sent us videos.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He tried to play some Twinkle Twinkle or Yes Papa, Johnny, Yes Papa. So he's improving, ma'am, and quite well. And the best part is that doctor gave us the hope, a big hope, that he will be all right. So I totally, on the emergency note, I give him allopathy medicine. And best part, ma'am, what is the best part? In this winter, he has not fallen sick.
Very good. Every winter he was so sick, and you used to be so worried.
Vomiting. Now his indigestion is well improved. Eating habit quite nice. He finishes food alone, separately and independently in school also. Now he enjoys his favorite dishes in school or at home, and he asks them to mommy cook them. And his mommy side is quite well improved, that his motor skill is quite improved. This is all his mother's writing, I said to you. Overall, he's improving, ma'am, and we hope that Dr. Saab in coming, we can meet again.
Yes. Thank you so much, Naresh sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Please unmute yourself, Nanda, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah, you can hear me? Yeah, from how long he's taking the treatment, the child?
Naresh sir, how long you are on treatment of Dr. Raghavan?
Ma'am, since February 2022 only.
Oh, it is only now 1 year, even 1 year.
Almost 2 years, ma'am.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years. In this coming Feb almost 2 years. And I can say that, ma'am, I'm totally satisfactory with the treatment actually. If the lacking part, if the lacking part of maybe from our side.
No, ma'am, it's not true. They both are wonderful parents. All our success stories.
No, ma'am. Sometimes, like sometimes bakery item we can give, because like Christmas, his school organized some cheering moment, so we gave him some slice of cake, but strictly no egg. We are totally on lactarian, no egg, nothing on that, and that is the big part of.
How old is?
He is about to, in April, about to 8 years.
8 years. So from 6 years, when he was 6 years, that started.
The regretting part is this: I have met quite lately to Dr. G actually. I have to meet earlier, because in allopathy or in homeopathy, nobody gave this hope, or nobody said that he will be all right or something like that. They can say that, oh, just give medicine, improve something like that, or just like that.
That's nice. Thank you for sharing, Naresh.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Sir, I see Subbarao sir has raised his hand. We can take the last question, sir.
Hello, Dr. Sir. Good evening. Hello, ma'am, sir, ma'am. Thank you so much for making this available and seeing all the parents. I'm really happy to know their success stories. It's really wonderful moment. I have a question about my nephew. My nephew has a CP and his left hand is not functional. but the right hand is doing okay. Right hand is strong, and the legs are strong. He's going to school now, and he's independent. He can do his work. So for him, is there any hope? Like as he is having that problem from the birth, so everybody says there is no hope. Like we cannot do anything because it is from the birth. There is no treatment for that. So is there any hope for him to recover from that CP, or the left hand? If he can use that left hand, that will be great.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Raghavan sir, can you take up this question? Can you unmute Dr. Raghavan sir? Dr. Raghavan sir, they asked a question about a child from birth diagnosed as cerebral palsy, cannot use the left side, left arm. So can we do something in Ayurveda to help the child? The parent is, relative is asking.
Definitely we can, but we have to see the child. You have to treat the child and you have to assess Ayurvedically. There is no treatment for non-entity. Unless the person is examined, treatment we cannot prescribe anything. Not like modern medicine. We treat the disease, treat the person. These medicines are all different. We use hundreds of preparations, not like modern medicine. Any pain, aspirin. No, not like that. Modern medicine may have some 100 preparations, that's all. We can have thousands.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. So, as you remember, my husband is taking medicine from you. He's an MS patient. He's taking from few years, and he's doing okay now.
Definitely we can do.
Ma'am, you can contact the number.
What is the age of your son?
He is 9 years now. My nephew, he is my nephew. He's 9 years old.
We have seen cases of 25, 26. So that's not a problem. What is our condition now?
He's going to school. He's active. He can play. He can do his work on his own. He's independent because of right hand. But the left hand is not functional. But left leg is also somewhat not able to run. But he can walk and he can do his own work, his own daily activities.
You are in Delhi? Where are you?
No, I'm in Texas, doctor. If you remember, my husband Subbarao, he's taking medicine, MS medicine from you when you visited here. So we hope you can come in 2024.
Anyway, let us assess. We can see the child in video.
Same request from us, Noida.
Already given. Then we can roughly assess the effect of that medicine, and further course of treatment also can be also. Nothing to worry. Already started.
Ma'am, you can do an online consultation with sir for the child. And if they want him to come, then after that you can bring the child. Sir will decide, ma'am, after seeing the patient. Like what sir said, every single patient is unique. So he doesn't have medicine for left arm. He has patient only for the child. You already know that, no, ma'am, about sir?
Yes. We are already taking medicine from him. So
don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Bring the child to sir and without losing hope. That is the only message.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay,
ma'am. Sada ma'am, one thing I forgot to mention actually. His digestion has been improved, ma'am, and no longer vomiting and loose motion. You know very well that I quite worried about this thing. Now he is quite well settled. His appetite for food is increased, ma'am.
Very good. Dr. Ji, this is Lakshya's father.
father? Oh.
Our Lakshia's father from Delhi, Lakshya.
Pranam, Dr. Ji. Pranam, Dr. Ji.
So
Yes.
Naresh ji and his wife is Manisha ma'am is also online. So they are talking about all the improvements of our little Lakshya.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
So we can see again.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Dr. Sir. Very soon.
Online also?
Online also we'll arrange a consultation for Lakshya, sir is telling.
Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. You just give me. I will be. Thank you, ma'am.
Tomorrow itself we'll arrange.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you for listening to our webinar so patiently. And you can contact us, numbers are shared. And thank you Dr. Prabodh sir for joining and giving your opinion. I thank Dr. Raghavan sir, my team members, Priyanka, Tasni, Sahad, everybody behind screen. I thank all the parents who came and spoke, parents who gave us their inputs for showing in the webinar. I thank all the audience for listening very patiently to us. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Namaste.
Shanti Mantra?
Shanti Mantra. And I thank our Montenegro team also who listened to us.
Thank you very much for the noble role in the webinar. Shanti Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.